Hi, I'm Kathy Toon, author of the book Get Your Game Face On, and I recently did a workshop at Sacred Heart for all the coaches on how to apply the game face model with their athletes. And I wanted to share a few things with you as parents that might be helpful for your athletes and the coaches this season. But first, a little bit of background. I was the associate head coach for the women's tennis team at Cal for 14 years, and during that time had the opportunity to work with what I consider to be one of the godfathers, grandfathers, if you will, of sports psychology, Dr. James Lair. And earlier in his career, he was interested in, well, what separates the top 50 tennis players in the world from the next crop? So he studied it intensively. Gosh, and he couldn't really find anything. Everybody looked good hitting the ball. But the breakthrough came when he started to notice what the best players do in the time in between points. In tennis, you have 25 seconds. And he noticed that the best players in the world are very consistent in how they manage themselves and their routine and their emotion in between points. So we took that to Cal. Of course, we applied it to our singles players, and then we developed a model in doubles. Very successfully, we won 5 NC2A titles in 9 years with doubles using that model. Then I had a chance to teach a class, high performance training for student athletes at Cal, and I worked with athletes from just about every sport. And at one point I wondered, gosh, I wonder how this little model works in other sports. So I tested it, and it works like a charm. And you realize that a lot of sports have, in between point time, like in football, volleyball, golf, baseball, lots of time, or a little bit of off time or downtime, like in soccer or lacrosse. Very important time, but rarely coached. So I applied this model and found that it worked perfectly. And the essence, the game face, I wrote the whole book about it, but I want to share with you what I think is the cornerstone that helps with peak performance, the mental side of the game, as well as I think is a cornerstone to better sportsmanship. And the first step of the game face routine, there are 4 steps, I'm just going to share the first one, is reaction. And it's how do the athletes control or manage their reaction to what just happened. So the moment that the action stops, they learn how to train their reaction and maintain a tall, strong, confident posture, game face, if you will, no matter what. So this is what I talked about with the coaches and applying that across the board in every sport. And the other piece that's really important to help this is that number one, the coaches need to maintain their game face on the sidelines no matter what. And do the fans and the parents. Because often when an athlete makes a mistake or something's going wrong, they look to the sidelines, they look to the stands, and what do they see? Do they see you maintaining your game face, or you going crazy on the sidelines? So our role can be to maintain our game face on the sideline to help them under those tough conditions and under stress on competition. So I just wanted to share that message with you. Best of luck. Have a great season.